Hi, guys. Welcome back to Shanificent. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Shani. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Today, you may have found this video because you've been humbled. You've either recently been humbled, you've been humbled in the past, or you're just interested in hearing from me on this topic. Welcome. Being humbled. It's not fun, is it? It's really not fun. I don't think any of us enjoy it. It's not a fun experience to be made to feel smaller than what we once thought we were. For our self-concept to shrink a little bit. It's not easy. I think that's my definition of being humbled. It's being forced to shrink your self-concept a little bit, you know? To dissolve your self-concept a little bit, to dilute your self-concept a little bit. It's not as strong as what it once was. And it's tough. It's really tough. Like, I get it. It just makes you feel small. It makes you feel tiny. It makes you feel less than. And that's a really icky feeling. Like, that's not fun. But honestly, I am a huge fan of humility, personally. I'm a huge fan of humility. It's my favorite virtue, hands down, number one. Why? Because I see a lot of opportunity in humility. I see a lot of opportunity. I see a lot of expansion. I see a lot of possibilities. And this is probably this might be a take you've never heard before, because I think for a lot of us, when we experience being humbled, we feel smaller. We feel like there are less opportunities. We feel like there are less options. We feel like we can be less. We can achieve less. We can reach less. But hear me out. Like, I think humility actually opens the doors for way more possibilities and way more experiences and way more options. Why? Because when you're nothing, you're also everything. Let me say that again. When you're nothing, you're also everything. When you are nothing, you're everything. When you're no one thing in particular, you're anything. You're all of it, you know? Like, you can occupy all of it. You're all of it. When you're nothing, you're everything. When you're no one thing, you're all of it. So yeah, and when you're everything, you're also nothing. Think about that. When you're everything, you're also nothing. When you're all the things, when you're everyone's friend, sometimes it's like you're no one's friend in particular, right? You're no one's actual real friend. When you're everyone's friend, you know what I mean? When you're all of the options, you're not one particular thing, so you're therefore nothing. So this is a huge truth of life. When you're nothing, you're everything. And when you're everything, you're nothing. And being nothing isn't a problem. I think a lot of us struggle with the concept or the idea or the prospect of being nothing. I think it scares a lot of us. People hate to be nothing. But hear me out. Like, I think being nothing is fantastic, actually. I think being nothing offers a lot of opportunities, a lot of options, a lot of possibilities. It actually opens you up. So when you've been humbled, when you've been made to feel like you're smaller or you're less than you actually are, or that you're less than what you thought you were, try and see it as this opportunity. Like, I know it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, and I think we have to allow ourselves to feel the discomfort and the pain or the shame of feeling like it's way smaller than we once thought we were. But once you move through that, and if you allow yourself to feel that, you just allow yourself to feel it. Feel the discomfort of being humbled. Just feel it. Sit with it, sit in it. Curl up on your bed, curl up in a ball, cover yourself in a blanket, hide, do what you need to do. You'll find that once you do, if you feel it fully and you just let yourself feel it, eventually it'll go away. And then you're in the glory. You're in the glory phase. You're in the glory space of being humbled and being humble. Because once you felt it, and you've moved past the shadow, the tough part of it, you're like, so I guess I'm not that smart. Okay. And one thing that can really help you make peace with not being as smart or as pretty or as wealthy or as accomplished as you once thought you were, or as popular, or as, the list goes on. Something that can help you with that is realizing that you are worthy. You are worthy as you are. You are worthy even if you have nothing. Even the person on the street with nothing to their name is still worthy, fully worthy of love. Fully worthy. We're all worthy. We're all worthy. And I think the part that scares people the most about being humbled and being forced to be humble or be in a humble place or position is feeling like they won't receive love from this humble space, this humble place that they're in. They won't receive love. They feel like, a lot of people I think feel like we have to be the best, the brightest, the richest, the most attractive, just like that guy, that girl in the room to receive love. And we all want love. And I think the more we're able to accept that for ourselves, with ourselves, in a little conversation with ourselves, we just own that we want love, the more comfortable we'll be with it. But it's the truth. We all want love. That's what we're wired for as human beings. We all want love. So I think people shy away, or people are scared of humility because they feel like they're not lovable in that space. They're not lovable when they don't have something to offer people. They're not lovable when they don't have the resources, the services, the money, when they're not funny to people, when they're not, all of those things. People feel like if I don't have that, then I'm nothing. But remember, nothing is everything. Nothing is everything. And if we can be more comfortable with being nothing, with being less than what we thought we were, with less than what we thought we were, if we can be more comfortable with associating our self-concept and who we think we are with the assets, the wealth, the possessions, the people we know, the friends we have, the things we have, if we can associate our self-concept less with those things, then we can learn to be a bit more comfortable in humility, in a space of humility. And the reason why when you're nothing, so when you're humble, you're everything. When you're humble, you have access to way more, you have access to everything, is because there's a weird sort of universal truth about life that's like, when you want nothing, you attract everything. Like you just attract everything. You're way more attractive energetically. I don't mean in the eyes of someone. I mean, you're way more attractive to everything you want, all the experiences you want when you don't want them. I know, it's complicated. Don't think about it logically. It doesn't make sense. A lot of the universal truths, the truths of life, don't make logical sense, okay? They don't make A, B equals C, or A, B plus C equals D sense, okay? They don't. So, yeah, humility is really, it's actually it's a great place to be. And I just want you to remember that you're worthy of love. Even with nothing, you're worthy of love. You're worthy of love, period. You're worthy of love innately. You're worthy of love when you enter this world as a newborn. You just are. You just are worthy of love. And I'm sorry if you've been made to feel that is not the case. I'm sorry that society and systems, societal systems or whatever, or your family systems have made you feel, or the school system or whatever has made you feel like you have to work for love, or you have to be the best for love. You have to win love. You have to achieve love. You don't have to achieve it. It's already here. It's right here. It's right here for you. It's all around us. So just think about that, entertain that thought, even if what I'm saying right now, it's just so hard for you to believe and your body is resisting it and it's just not feeling good. Think of it, just entertain it. Try and entertain it, try and entertain it. Just I'm worthy of love regardless. Just keep that running in your head, for the next week or so, or for your entire life, just keep it running until it's something you believe, because it's the truth. And have you noticed that like people, sort of humble people, also seem to be the most at peace? They're like the most, like they just emit the most peace. That the person in the room that's like the most chill, the most like you just want to be around them. Why do you want to be around humble people? Think about that. Because they just feel so good, like because they know the reason why you want to be around humble people, and why the humble person in the room is the most attractive to you, is the one that you are naturally drawn to, like without even thinking, you're subconsciously drawn to them and what they're saying, is because they're aligned with that truth. They're aligned with the truth that they're worthy of love regardless. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to be the loudest in the room. They don't need to be the best dressed in the room. They don't need to whatever. They just know that they're good, they're safe, and they're loved regardless. They're loved because they exist, because they are, and that's a belief. They have that belief. Like beliefs are different to thoughts. What I'm offering you right now are thoughts, and if you entertain them enough in your mind and entertain them and like in your most quietest moments, they can become beliefs. But you do need to repeat them. You need to repeat them. So that's why I keep saying you need to entertain them. Try and entertain them again and again and again. Just think about it. Keep thinking about it. Keep coming back to this video every time you're in that uncomfortable space of having been humbled. Come back to this place. And I really hope that once you are able to move past the uncomfortable part of it, the uncomfortable feelings, feel them all. And once you're able to move past that, you can yield to humility and you can accept humility. We're actually supposed to be, I think it's the highest virtue. That's just my opinion. But I think it's the highest virtue because we're supposed to be humble as human beings, as people. That's what our human experience is calling us to do, to be more humble, to learn humility, to entertain humility, to be okay with being no one or nothing, to be okay with that, to be at peace with that. Like that is to me the highest calling of the human experience, and is like the highest achievement, I think, of the human experience. And as a human, as a person, if you can take on more humility in your life and in your self-concept and within yourself, if you can just see yourself and entertain and just take on and sit comfortably, learn to sit comfortably in humility, you will have so much more peace in life. And you'll be amazed at what possibilities are available to you. You'll actually get more from being humble than from like holding on to and maintaining this really stiff and strong identity of like, I'm the best, or I'm the fastest, or I'm this, or I have to be that. Don't stress yourself out too much, because then like you're just stressed. Like it's gonna stress you out too much. That's what stresses a lot of people out. Like that's why people are running around in so much fear of not being the best, the brightest, the whatever-est. It's okay. How you are right now is okay. How you have always been has always been okay. It's okay to be less than what you thought you were. In fact, it's a great thing. So you're actually doing great. Remember that you're actually doing great. Embrace humility. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.